Hey friends, welcome to Creatively Aligned. I'm Whitney, and this is a podcast for anyone trying to live a spiritually aligned life while also doing wildly human things like forgetting to change your laundry or questioning every sign that the universe sends. Here, creativity isn't just art. It's how we heal. It's how we grow. It's how we stay grounded and we remember who the heck we are underneath all the noise and the labels. I'll share my experience as an artist, a mom, a Reiki practitioner, and a professional multitasker, along with the stories from others who have used creativity to realign with their higher self, sometimes in surprisingly hilarious ways. So, if you are ready to laugh, get inspired, and reconnect with the creatively aligned version of you, congratulations, you're in the right place. Hey friends, welcome in. I am your host, Whitney, and today we're going to talk about that thing that people think. I was one of them. In fact, I was told that I didn't even have the gene. But why do people think that creativity means that you can paint a perfect flower? Because, spoiler alert, it does not mean that. Okay, let's get straight into this. So the other day, I was standing in my kitchen and I was staring into the fridge. I don't know, like it was going to give me some kind of life advice. You know that moment where you're starving and everything in there either requires actual work or has a questionable expiration date or it belongs to your kids and you know the moment that you eat it, they're going to be like, hey mom, where is my leftovers? I put it right here. Anyway, I'm standing there and suddenly I realize this moment, this ridiculous, hungry, what do I do with my life and this fridge moment, this is creativity. No, it's not the Instagram version. It is definitely not the paintbrush, canvas, messy art, perfect lighting version of creativity. But this is real life creativity. This is the version of real life creativity that we live and experience every day. You are taking what you have and you are making something out of it. This is creativity at its finest. Even if whatever you do is make toast with some peanut butter on it or take a deep sigh and order DoorDash, all of that counts as creativity. Creativity is not just art. And we have to start saying that out loud because we were all raised to think that creativity is drawing and coloring inside the lines, making a little turkey with our hand in kindergarten, or being gifted and talented at some skill that creates this beautiful image on something. And if you weren't good at those things, then boom, guess what? You were labeled as not creative. And then we grow up and we believe this massive lie our entire life. Creative people go over there and regular people go over there. And you have to fit the category. Can you create something with paint and crayons and what is deemed as art supplies? Okay, you're over there in the creative category. If not, you didn't get the gene. You didn't get the talent. You need to go over there with the regular people and you need to do what regular people do. But that is such a lie because we are actually all creative, wildly creative. You use creativity literally all day long. Whether you want to call it that or not, that is what we do. That is how we survive. That is how you get through the world every single day, is by using your creativity. So let's kind of define what creativity actually is. Creativity is problem solving. It's making decisions. It's taking something from your mind and then turning it into something in reality. It's imagining a totally different possibility than what you are actually seeing. It's doing something in a way that just feels like you. It just feels like aligned and good. It feels like you. It's improvising when life is just out there doing its lifing thing. So if you have ever talked yourself out of a meltdown, a third meltdown of the day, Or maybe you had to convince a toddler to put on pants that they absolutely were not going to put on, but they had to wear these pants to get out the door. Or maybe you rearranged your furniture in your house because the energy just felt off. It just didn't feel like it fit right. Or maybe you had some kind of like family drama or argument or something with a friend, a disagreement. Or maybe you turned a random Tuesday into one of the best, like most fun days of your life. Or maybe you were standing at the refrigerator looking inside of it and you managed to somehow make a meal from the 3 random ingredients in there and a prayer. Congratulations. If any of these fit, you have been creative. Deeply creative, my friend. So here's like real life creativity. Imagine that you're leaving the house late. The kids are half dressed or dressed in whatever way they want to be dressed or insisting they're going to be dressed. One shoe is missing. Your coffee is cold again. And you're fairly certain that your keys have slipped into some other dimension because they just cannot be found, but they were right there on that table like 30 minutes ago. What happens next in this scenario? You start improvising like you're on Whose Line Is It Anyway? You warm the coffee in the car with the heater. Creative. You use your mom telepathy to locate the missing shoe that happens to be under the couch on the left side under the socks. Creative. You bribe the child with a snack that wasn't actually a snack 5 minutes ago. Creative. You just decide that today mascara is going to be optional. Creative. None of this is actually logical. All of it is actually creative. All of it is what got you through in that moment. You did those things on the fly. Because creativity isn't about doing anything pretty or perfect or aesthetically pleasing. It's simply about doing something. Just something, period. Especially things that are under pressure. So here's why creativity matters for everybody in their alignment and their healing. Here's where it kind of gets deeper. When you think creativity only belongs to artists or the people over there in that line, you didn't get the gene, you don't have that talent, all of the lies that we were told. You actually disconnect from a huge part of your entire identity. The part that is actually meant to shape your life on purpose. Creativity is the part of you that says, hey, I can choose differently. Hey, I can make something new. Hey, I can heal. I can grow. I can imagine a life aligned with my true soul and what I see and what I want and what feels good to me. Creativity is how we remember who we are. It's how we unbecome the version that the world tried to train us to be. When you tap into your creativity, you tap into your intuition. You tap into your truth, not the world's. You tap into your voice, not other people's. You tap into your higher self, not your robot. You tap into your potential. You tap into your healing, and you tap into your true power. It is not about art at all. It is about aliveness. Maybe your creativity today looks something like choosing to breathe before reacting. Maybe it's saying no to something that just absolutely drains you. Maybe it's saying yes to something that your soul has been whispering that it wants. Maybe it's rearranging your space because your energy needs a shift. Maybe it's trying something that you've never done before. Maybe it's changing your schedule so you can have 5 minutes to yourself, even if that means you're sitting in the car alone after you pulled in the driveway. Maybe it's imagining a version of you that just feels more like you and less like what the world told you need to be. This is all creativity as a way of being. You don't have to earn it. You don't have to be good at anything. You were given this already. We all have this. There is no one on earth that is not creative. You simply just have to be alive. And I'm pretty sure if you're listening to this podcast, you qualify. So, we're not here to talk about creativity as something that belongs in a studio anymore. We're here talking about creativity as something that belongs in your life. It's your decisions. It's your healing. It's your identity. It's your parenting. It's your business. It's your alignment. It's your joy. And in every episode and in every day of our life, we are going to make it a priority to explore how creativity is the pathway that is actually leading us back to our truest, highest, and most aligned self. Even if right now you feel like you are just surviving on caffeine and chaotic energy. Remember, friends, creativity is inside of you, and it is actually the key to your highest self. Okay, friends, thanks for hanging out with me today. I hope something in this episode sparked a little bit of creativity, clarity, or maybe an oh wow, same kind of moment for you. If you loved this conversation, go ahead and follow the show so you don't miss future episodes. Because let's be real, life gets busy and our higher selves appreciate reminders. And if you feel called, share this with a friend who's also on there trying to be spiritually aligned while still being a whole human journey. We're all figuring this out together. So until next time, stay grounded, stay creative, and stay a little bit magical. See you in the next episode.